the terrorism case against the Kneecap rapper Liam hAnnaidh has been thrown out following a technical error in the way the charge against him was brought. The 27-year-old, who performs under the stage name Mo Chara, was accused of displaying a flag in support of the proscribed terror organisation Hezbollah at a concert at the O2 Forum in Kentish Town, North London in November last year. Well, let's find out more about what was actually said in court, what led to this decision, and we can speak to our culture and media correspondent David Silito. So David, take us through the legal points that led to this case being thrown out.
In short, they missed the deadline. This is all about a gig that took place at Kentish Town Forum back in November in London. Liam hAnnaidh, as he was described in court today, to his fans, of course, Mo Chara, was seen with a flag, a Hezbollah flag. He said it was something that had been thrown on stage at the time. He is not a supporter of Hezbollah or Hamas. But 6 months later, a terrorism charge was brought because, of course, Hezbollah is a proscribed terrorist organisation. In the end, the decision was made that that actual charge was brought essentially a day late, and so the case was thrown out. And the reason I'm standing here is there was a very large number of supporters here. There's just the final few here this morning. They've been here supporting the band Kneecap and Liam hAnnaidh. And throughout it all, and he came out, and it was a huge crowd of people this morning, and spoke on stage saying this was not anything about what they were doing. This was all about their support for Gaza and Palestine, and saying this was a politically motivated. But they have had a number of run-ins over the last few months. They have had their visas turned down going into Canada, so they can't tour there. But today, certainly, they were considering this a victory in court.
Yeah, and David, we're just seeing a bit more detail about the Chief Magistrate there at the court, Paul Goldspring, agreeing with hAnnaidh's lawyers who argued that the Attorney General hadn't given permission for the case to be brought against the defendant when police informed him he would face a terror charge on May the 21st. So as you say, that technical issue over the timing of this. In his judgment, Mr. Goldspring said these proceedings were instituted unlawfully and are therefore null. And on that point that you were alluding to, David, of where music and politics cross, I mean, what are we likely to see on that front? Because Kneecap now right at the forefront of that discussion.
Very much so. A band formed, I think, back in 2016. They have, as a consequence of these legal difficulties, they have certainly attracted a large amount of extra attention. People aware of their music. Of course, they had the film, sort of semi-fictionalized account of their birth as a band, won a BAFTA award. So they have attracted a great deal of attention, both for their music and for their politics, and this has certainly sort of brought them centre stage. They've had to postpone their touring in America as well because of this legal issues. But you only had to see the crowd when they were playing in Glastonbury this year. You realised, you know, all the questions have been raised about whether or not it should be live streamed by the BBC. It was recorded, then played out later. So there was essentially. They have certainly drawn a huge amount of attention because of all of this. And today, when you saw them arriving with a huge crowd of press photographers around them, and this place, christened Kneecap Hill today, absolutely filled with hundreds and hundreds of people. We are at Woolwich Crown Court. I mean, it's not the centre of London. And when they were at Westminster Crown Court, I mean, they stopped the road. They stopped a part of London. So certainly this has drawn a huge amount of attention.
David, thank you very much. David Silito reporting.